Everyone. My name is Daniel Diaz Bayona. I'm part of the robotics program here at UAT. Um, this is my junior year. I have about 2 or 3 semesters left. And for this project, I choose robotics and artificial intelligence and media. Um, First, I want to talk why I choose robotics. And I choose robotics because well, not just because I'm in the robotics program, because also there are many things to be improved in this field. And there are also a lot of things that should and shouldn't happen. And if you think about it, everything we see around us is technology. This world has been now involving technology on the past years, and it's something that we cannot get away. And if you think about it, with media, uh, it's also a part of technology. It's a cloud technology. It's a internet technology. So I choose media because it involves everything, a lot of things on our daily life. Sometimes we think we're not using media, and when we're not even realizing, well, here we are using social media to interact with each other. But not just that. Sometimes, and lately, now that social media is a hit in the world, it is really popular. Employers are searching their job candidates to look for specific behaviors, and based on what they see on their social media, they decide if they could get the job or not. So I want to discuss about that later on the presentation, but that's why I choose robotics and media for this project. About what is robotics, and robotics is a really broad field. This field includes software engineering, computer science, art. You need to be able to have some artistic background to design a robot. Um, but robotics is has been racing over the years. It often He offers more opportunity to build program capability into a robotic system. Another use of the new kinds of sensors are connected to devices to monitor environmental aspects like temperature, air pressure, light, motion, and more. Uh, all these serves robotics and generation of more complex and sophisticated. Robots are like include many things, manufacturing, health and safety, and most important, human system. So robotics is a broad field. You can see robotics in a medical field. You can see robotics on manufacturing, like cars, cell phones, safety stuff, like all the features they put into a car. That's a lot of robotics. That's artificial intelligence. But one of the main things that I want to focus is human assistance and how it is so important about robotics, about human assistance. So I have my first proposition, which is should we allow robots slash artificial intelligence to become super intelligent? I read an article about from Nicholas Agar that he said we should never let artificial robots to become super intelligent because it can lead the world to a human extinction. And I want to talk about that because I definitely do not agree with that. I think there's so much improvement with the robotics field that we can do that it will not lead to human extinction if we act with the safety precautions to not let the artificial intelligence let us to that supposed to human extinction. So the first point I have is the work in artificial intelligence is improving fast to the point that we're so close to have artificial general intelligence AGI, the the capacity to perform any intelligent task performed by a human assistance. Once again, we're trying to get this artificial intelligence to become so helpful for us as humankind to perform things that we used to perform. Of course, that's gonna let a lot of things. It's gonna lead to some unemployment because now something that I was able to do in 2 days, now a robot can do in a couple hours, and that's part of the world right now. It's happening right now. It's not something that is gonna happen. Is I see that I'm my employer at Intel. We are surrounded by robots. Everything is faster, but you work around it. Those robots need maintenance. Those robotics need tweaking, troubleshooting every day. So what I can say, when door when one door closes, multiple could open. Uh, the good thing about the robotic field is you don't need to be in the robotics major to control robots. Software engineering, computer science, all those majors are brought into the robotics field, and that's why I like it so much because there's so many opportunities. Well, people think that because manufacturing is growing, it means less job for us, but it doesn't mean that. It means we can work around it and make it work. So as I say, Nicholas Agar talks about the rational problems we currently have, and the solution to those problems is the improvement of artificial intelligence. But one of the questions he asks is, how will you control this intelligence? How can I not let this intelligence get out of our hands? And then Nicholas also says, having super intelligent robots will lead to human extinction, as I said before. But I want to debate about that. So the main question is, should we allow robots, artificial intelligence, to become super intelligent? And my answer is yes, absolutely. And let's talk about why I say that. First, I do not agree that artificial intelligence is that a super intelligence will be a threat to humankind. I do not agree with that. It might happen, but I don't think artificial intelligence or robotics is a threat to humankind. I, on the other side, I think artificial intelligence can help humankind a lot of stuff, help us solve problems which we as humans we're not capable to do so. Um, I see many things on robotic surgeries that are perfect. They have precision, and it's things that we as humans not capable because, for example, microscopic things, we cannot able to see it because our eyes are limited. As humans, we have limitations with robotics and artificial intelligence. We as humans set those limitations for those. So I don't think that we should not let artificial intelligence be super intelligence because I think when we're doing that, we're putting a barrier of how good can we become as humans, how improvement can we do for this world. So definitely, I don't agree with Nicholas Algar. So I don't think that having super intelligence robots will make human extinct. But if that ever gets close to happen to the point, we should be thinking to prevent that happen, solve the problem before it happens. Something that we call is something that we were taught on our life is think before you act, and then we can put maybe this thought process into the robotics and trying to solve the problem before it happens, have precautions, limitations into the robotics, have programs into the now I'm talking about my second part of this presentation. It will be what's media. So media is a popular form of medium, which broadly speaking describes any channel of communication. This can be anything from printing paper to digital data, um, encompasses art, news, educational content, and numerous other forms of information. Digital media, which makes up an increasingly vast portion of modern communication. As I said earlier, uh, media is increasing so fast, and especially social media is increasing so fast that everybody now is using social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, any kind of social media to use to communicate to each other. And I think social media is really useful. I used to communicate through social media to speak with my family in Colombia, in my other country. It helps to keep people aware of what the other people or loved ones are doing. So I think social media is good. But this is where and I'm it could be a good debate about this, and you guys can let me know what's going on. So my second proposition is, should employers be allowed to deny the job if found something on a social media? And this is trend. This is happening. Um, I have talked to people in HR, and they say they do look back when they do the background. They do check social media. They're looking for specific behaviors on their social media, how they interact with other people and other actions. But what if you on social media, you're not the person that you're as far as professional, career wise person? What maybe in social media you want to play around with your friends and send weird memes about something, but maybe that meme is gonna put a barrier in front of you and get a job denied. So for this proposition, my thought is employers should not be allowed to look at social media to define who I am as a professional. Because maybe on social media I can act dumb and silly, but I'm a really great professional with my career, and maybe my social media does not have to do anything with all the knowledge I know. So first point is, have you ever thought what you post on social media could have serious repercussions on your professional life? One survey that I found was that social media could cause your current job or current opportunities in the future. According to a Career Builder survey in 2018, 70% of the employers use social media to screen candidates during the hiring process, and about 43% of the employers use social media to check on current employees. As I say, I don't agree with this, but this is happening, and I think social media is part of my privacy, so I don't think my employers should know about my social media, but it's happening. They're looking for certain behaviors into social media to figure out if you can be a great fit for companies. But I think that as important is the cultural part of a company, it also should be important my professional part. And I don't think my professional part is being talked on social media because it's a way to interact with my friends, not talking about school or professional life, even though it's being used for that right now. It's trending. So let's debate about this. First, my thought is I do not agree with an employer determining a job opportunity over social media interaction, or how can I act with other people in social media, or what I post or give like to. Excuse me. I'm a person that likes to give likes different posts. What if one of those posts I like, maybe that HR recruiter don't like it, and because of that, my professional job opportunity could be closed just because of a social media like. And something that I do agree 100% is social media do not determine who I am as a professional. Also, it will never determine any of my professional knowledge about my career. But why social? Why employers use social media to get first impression on employees? And simply is because they can. They can do whatever they like. They're literally managing your life to be able to get a professional job or not to get it. I think it's something that's happening right now. I do not agree with how they're doing it. I think they should not be able to determine if I could get a job or not over my social media. So with this, this is all my presentation. I hope you guys like, and then I hope you guys give me a good feedback. We can have a discussion about this. But with my two propositions, definitely, I don't think having super intelligence on uh, artificial intelligence or robotics have super intelligence will be a threat to humankind. I do not agree with that. I think they should be as smart as they can and definitely have some precaution or like interlocks or to get this feature settled. Like you should not be able to hit ever a human or talk back to a human or something like that. How, like I said, find a solution before the problem happens. And with my second proposition, I definitely don't agree with employers defining my career over social media. What is happening right now is not something that we can manage or do right now, but I do agree it's important to know what's happening in professional environments, that they check everything, and everybody has to be aware of what's going on right now. But I hope you guys like the presentation. Hope to hear some feedback.